So the first exercise with the stick, just to get you used to having a different stimulus, is we're going to pop it directly in front of your right foot and push down onto the stick. You want your arm extended, pushing down with your shoulder blade, not down with your wrist. And then we're just going to take that right leg up so it comes above the hip crease and hold it there. So it's some balance work for the left leg and some activation work for that right shoulder. From here, we're just going to start doing some hip work. So we are going to rotate our foot outwards to push out into the stick. And then we're going to control it round, push into the stick and take the knee away. Back outside, knee in towards the body. Outside, knee away from the body. Back inside, turn the knee. So you should start to feel that into the hip, back out, and the knee out. One more time. So foot in. It's good. Then bring the foot out, and then knee out. So you should feel that stretch coming through the hip there. And relax. Shake it off, and change sides. So again, pushing down. Nice solid arm. It's coming from the shoulder blade, not from the wrist. Make sure that the stick is directly in front of your left foot, just at arm's length. Push down, activate the right leg and bring the knee up above the hip. Get your balance, make sure that this right glute is switching on. So again, we're just going to take the outside of the foot, push it into the stick so we're meeting this resistance, and the knee's going to come inwards. Then we're going to take it to the other side, still keeping this knee above hip level. Turn the leg out and the knee out. So this is putting you into external rotation. Leg inwards, again still keeping this knee high. Ooh, little wobble there. Hand back outwards. And push out. And again. Foot in, knee in. Foot out, leg out. Last one. Foot in, knee in. Outside, knee out. And relax. Shake off. So the next exercise we're going to do is one ready for our sprinting drills. It practices a little bit of coordination, balance and some activation into there as well. So we're going to push down into the stick and ideally keep the torso nice and stable. Stand onto the opposite leg, the other knee comes up. Looking straight ahead, we're going to go into a calf raise position. So push down to the stick for stability and up, back down again, and up and back down again. As you can see, the stick can sometimes move from side to side. That's absolutely fine. It is just there to support you. If you do need something like a tabletop counter, go where you can have one on the back of the chair if this is too difficult this way for you. Okay, so we're going to do 5 of these now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you want to be really trying to push through that big toe. Okay, swapping sides now. So raise your other leg, of the knee higher than the hip. Look forwards. Effort down into the stick. Again, round about shoulder width. Up and down. Okay, so 5 of these, off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brilliant. Now we're going to try and do this with the stick behind us. So, knee up, looking forward, and we're going to try and drive up as high as we can, almost as if we're just about to explode the stick off our backs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And swap legs. So knee up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, well done for that one, that's a hard one. We're going to go through a series of lunges now. I'm going to go through the basics first of all and add a progression on each time around we go. If you get stuck and can't do a progression, that's not a problem. Regress and do the circuit that we did do beforehand instead. So we're going to start off with this right leg. It'll be left to you, so it's up to you if you want to mirror image me or listen to my instructions. My multitasking abilities have somewhat gone away since not teaching aerobics anymore. Right hand level with the right shoulder, and what we're going to do is step this right leg back. So we're in a stretch position. We can feel our hip, our greater toe is pushing down into the floor here. So we're activating that posterior chain and squeezing our bum cheek. Looking ahead. You're going to dip down as far as what you can with keeping your heel of your front leg down onto the floor. For some of you that might be more than me, for some of you it might be less. So the load should feel in the front leg and the stretch should feel in the back leg. And then lift it up and take it even further. Still pushing down into that stick, keeping nice and stable, chest facing ahead, not looking down at your foot. That's good. And come back up again. Give the legs a little bit of a shake. Then move over onto the other side. So again, pushing down into that stick, nice straight arm. Step back so you can feel the stretch into the hip area, and you can feel the stretch coming down that lat. Chest up, facing forwards, and sink down, keeping that heel down onto the floor as well as your toes. You don't want your toes to be moving around like I'm doing now. Lift that back leg up and come down even further. If you're feeling the stretch through the front calf, that's absolutely fine as well, don't worry about that. Squeeze this back glute just to get that extra bit of activation through there and the relaxation through the hip. And stand back up and shake the legs out. Swapping back to the other side now. I'm going to show you this from a side view. I'm going to step back to a lunge position. Our knee can hover or our knee can relax down. Okay, we'll keep the knee relaxed down for now. You want to bring your body up the stick as far as you can and try and get your body in line, leaving the knee behind. Keep nice deep breathing. Allow your shoulders and your waist and your hip to sink down into that floor. And then we're going to open this side up, still looking forwards. So you might be able to feel that through the chest. A little bit of activation at the hip and at the glute. Keeping nice and stable through your torso. Extend further back if you can. Take the stick back to center and press through your back leg to lift yourself up and step yourself back in again. Now we're going to switch sides. Show you from the front this time. Okay, so stick in line with you. Hand up somewhere on top. Yours might be at the top. This is a 6 foot stick, so it is quite a big one. Step back, lunge back, and again you can either hold it or allow that knee to come down. As long as you're still feeling the stretch through the hip area here, you're squeezing your bottom and your toes are curled under. Lift your chest high and allow your body to sink down, keeping pushing that stick down onto the mat or onto a step or wherever you are. Allow the arm to come out. Again, feeling the stretch through the pec, but we're not compensating anywhere with our body. You might want to even drive yourself further forward, again making sure that that front heel stays onto the floor here. Take a nice deep breath and extend even further if you can. Bring the stick back to centre, and again push through those toes up and step yourself back in. Give yourself a little bit of a shake out. Coming back to the other leg now. So we're ideally not going to take our knee all the way down to the floor, so we're going to keep that strength and hold our positions throughout the same exercises. If you do want to put your knee down to the floor, that's absolutely fine. So your left leg in line with the right stick, about hip width apart. Take your right leg back to extension and drop down the stick like you're going through an elevator, not coming down the stairs. So you're holding nice and strong through your body, pressing through the stick. Open up that chain. Keep holding it. You might be a bit shaky, but that's fine. If you can hold it, that's fantastic. And open up again, still facing forwards. And back round, and stand up. Swap sides. So again, that stick is meeting the right arch, left foot behind. And step that back, drop down into that lunge position. Keep nice and strong through the core, chin parallel to the floor, not looking down. Open up through the arm. Take a nice deep breath in and out, and allow that stick to come back further. Come back to centre, stand up and give your legs a shake. Okay, so now we've got some more mobility around the hips. We're going to see how low we can squat. This isn't necessarily essential for running, but it does help to get into some deeper mobility ranges and probably explore some areas that maybe feel a little bit uncomfortable. So for instance, if we're going on trail and our foot just goes out to the side a little bit more than what we're used to, especially with the road running, then you can end up injured. So we're just trying to activate some end ranges just to save you really if you get stuck in this sticky position. It's lovely weather at the moment, but we can't guarantee it forever, so as soon as it gets slippery and muddy again, there might be a few more injuries that occur. So hopefully this will help. Doing it on a regular basis, not just for the purpose of today. So we're going to walk our arms down the stick, so our feet and our heels should be wider than our hips and wider than our shoulders. Come down the stick, chest is still parallel to the stick, and hold it there. Hold it there. So you should probably start to feel it into your glutes, maybe a little bit into your quads as well. Now we're going to lift the stick up. Keep looking forwards. And back down again. And climb up the stick. This time we're going to be going lower. We're going to open our arm out to the side as much as what we can. Pressing in, down with the stick. And our chest parallel to the stick still. Swing back round, change direction, back in, and walk up the stick. That's good, well done. So putting what we've done today together, we're going to be doing some single leg deadlifts to high knees, so some movement, some flow, some balance work. This will really help with your coordination as well. It's about your body learning new ways to adapt and the smoothest way to move as well. So if you are quite new to running or you've not really done anything like this before, you have just ran, these exercises can be really, really beneficial just to keep your brain awake and aware of adaptations that are going on throughout the body. So this one might be a little bit hard for you guys to do if you've got quite a thin stick. My advice to you would be to jam it into somewhere that you're going to feel confident it's not really going to move around too much. So that's usually like the corner of a wall, maybe corner of the sofa, or again if you're outside like me and got a bit of a patio area, then you can stick it into there or stick it into the ground. I would just hate for any of you to slip whilst doing this one. Failing that, if you don't think the stick is going to work for you, take the stick away, see how you get on without it. So we're going to have this quite wide. I'm going to call this 3 o'clock, it might be 9 o'clock depending on which way you're facing. You're going to grab both sides of the stick. So push it down and take that leg away. Then you are going to keep your body nice and straight. So your shoulder, hip and ankle all in line, and you're going to press forwards. So we're in this nice aeroplane top position. And then when we're coming backwards, we're going to drive that hip through and your knee higher across than your hip. Okay, so back out. So this is really loading that other leg. It's requiring a lot of concentration. And knee up. And out. And knee up. And again. 4, so we're going to go for 10 on this side. 5. If you want to take it up a level as you come up, you can come up to that calf raise again. 6. 7. 8. 9, 10. Okay, and onto the other side. So again, make sure it's jammed into something so it's not really going to move anywhere. Going to step back. First of all, keeping shoulder, hip, ankle all in line. Come down for that single leg deadlift and pull up for the knee. Down and up for the knee. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, if you want to add the calf raise in, then you can. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Brilliant.